Hello everyone, welcome to our class 16. That will be a video class because I'm not in Lowell, as I mentioned in our Tuesday's class, so I will cover the rest of the materials related to marketing in this video. And I would also like to remember you that marketing is the last area we will cover before exam 2. So please, if you have any questions before or while you are watching this video or after, please let me know, send me an email so I can help you understand everything and you can be completely prepared for the exam. We will also have a little preparation for the exam next Tuesday, but please let me know in advance if there is something that you are not getting. So going back to our main theme, today we will go over marketing applications, so how we apply these marketing things when we are running a company or how companies do it. As we discussed before, we were talking about the marketing mix, and by now you should know what a marketing mix is, but I will remind you that is a framework that businesses use to develop and implement effective marketing strategies. So remember that here we have a lot of strategies, so the marketing mix helps us implement and develop the strategies to apply the marketing activities and the marketing concept if the company is following that approach. So we already talked about the product a little bit, that the product is everything we are selling, so we will try to develop a strategy to show all their features, the design, the branding, the benefits, etc. Then we have the second P, that is price, and basically here we will need to decide how much we will charge for the product, so how much money we want to make, how much money are we spending on it. So all those things we will need to also plan a strategy to do it, if we will have discounts, everything. This is how we exchange value, because we are giving our product that is something valuable to our customers, and we are receiving something back that is valuable for us, that is the money that they are paying for it. So that is how this value is exchanged. Then we have place, that is basically where the product will be distributed and how this will be done. So where are we selling it? Are we using online sellings? Are we having a physical store? Are we delivering things? Are we just, I don't know, allowing people to download things, etc.? We will need to also have a strategy for that. And last but not least, promotion, that is related to communicate the value we have. So we have this new product that is valuable for some people. We already know that for this specific target market that we decide that we are selling this product to, they will be very interested in buying this product, but we need to let them know that this product exists. So in promotion, it's everything related to how we communicate to the people that we have this thing that may be valuable for them. So here we will have things like advertising, sales, digital marketing, etc. Okay, so that we covered last class. If you have any questions, again, please let me know. So last class we were talking about the product. So here is again a slide that we already saw. We will develop a product that will meet the needs of the target market. So remember, always before creating a marketing mix, you will need to define a target market. If you have different target markets, like, I don't know, you are creating products for, I don't know, like, oh, I don't have any ideas now. Let's say for taking care of your body. So maybe you are creating products that are made to wash your hair, like shampoos and conditioners. So you will have a target market for that. But maybe you are also creating moisturizers and you have a different target market for that, because may or may not be the same people. So when you have two different or more different target markets, you will need to create different marketing mixes for each group of people. Okay. So the product, the activities that will be involved here is to develop the product, like what are the features, what quality it will have, how we will brand it, how will be the packaging of this product, what will be the label that we will use. And these are things that we will cover in a few more slides. So these concepts are a little bit confusing because they are very similar, but I will explain you what this is. And here is branding that we watched this video in class, last class. If you didn't watch it, the link is here. I will post the slide so you can get the link to watch it. And the video is about branding and how brands work and from where they come from. So basically, branding is the process of creating an identity for a product, and maybe for a company, maybe for a service, but it's this identity that consumers will remember. So it will involve several things like the brand name. So you will choose a name for your brand or for your product or your service. You will create a logo that is basically an image that will represent this, that people can visualize and know that this is the brand they're talking about. People will create a slogan. So usually this is a phrase that will be associated to your brand. We will choose the colors that we will use. We will choose the design, how we will design things, and we will have, usually when we are branding something, a message that people will understand that is referred to. So, for example, if we're talking about Nike, the brand name is Nike. The logo is this check sign. They have a slogan that is the phrase, just do it. They have colors that usually are black, white, and red, but they can also use other colors because their brand is so recognizable right now that they don't need to rely only on a few colors. Their design is well established. They use the shape of their logo for many things, and they have a message related to promote sports and physical activity and things like that. So that's the identity, a part of the identity behind Nike. But logos are relevant. So here we have some logos, and I'm pretty sure that you can identify all of them. So choosing a logo for your company or for your product is very relevant because it's one portion that people will remember about it. And the thing you want to do the most when you are creating a company, a product, or a service is that people will remember you. Will remember you in a way that when they need to, I don't know, if you are selling sports clothing, you want them to think about your brand when they say, oh, I need to buy new leggings. I need to buy new running shoes. I need to buy a new sweatshirt. So you want your brand to come to their minds. So that's why most of the logos are very simple, are things that people can remember, like the Nike, the Apple one. Usually logos evolve over the years too, so they become simpler. And so logos refers to the image of the brand. And there are different types for logos, like imago logos, logos itself, and things like that, but we won't go over that. So images are logos. Okay, it's not the brand an image. The brand is the entire identity. So when we are trying to brand something, so when we are trying to create the identity of a product, a service, or a company, or anything that we want to do, even ourselves, we can create a branded identity for ourselves, like some famous people have. So we will need to consider several things. So when we're talking about products, one thing that we need to consider from these brand strategies that we can use, that there are a lot of brand strategies that people can use. So one thing that is commonly used is called private branding. And basically, someone is making a product, but they will sell it to a retailer under the name of the retailer. So here in Lowell, you can see this a lot in Market Basket. So you will go and there are several products inside the supermarket that are Market Basket branded, but that doesn't mean that Market Basket is manufacturing or creating this product. Another company is doing it, but they are selling it as Market Basket products. So usually if you read in the back of the products that say Market Basket, they say this product was made by, I don't know, Coca-Cola, this product was made by, I don't know, Unilever, or anything. Why they will do it this way? Because they can promote their retail stores like the supermarkets or other brands. They can also sell it for cheaper because they are not paying the brand. They are just paying the manufacturing process to the main brand. So it works for some companies. Another branding strategy is generic branding. So basically, we won't assign a brand to a product. We are not assigning a product brand name. We are not assigning a brand logo. We are not doing anything of that. We will just identify what's the content of what we're selling. So usually you will see this on meds. It happens a lot that you will have the branded one like Tylenol and things like that, and you will have another option that doesn't have a brand and is usually cheaper because brands are also expensive. You need to file a patent for your brand, you need to register. So there are many things that if you don't care about selling a brand name, you can also use a generic name and just disclose what you are selling. So another branding strategy is manufacturer branding. So a company will sell products under their own brand names. So usually big companies will do this. They will have a brand like the one we see here in these cans is Campbell's, the brand, but for this product is Chunky. So they have a different brand for this product. It's like a daughter brand inside the main brand. Very specific example is Unilever. So Unilever has a lot of brands under their main brand that is Unilever. So all the brands you see here, Hellmann's, Vaseline, Ben & Jerry's, Dove, everything, all those brands are made by Unilever, but they created different brands per each type of product because probably people won't want to use a soap or a shampoo that is branded as Hellmann's or Ben & Jerry's. So they create different ones just to have different sections and areas differentiated from the products. This helps a lot because when one brand goes very well and everybody loves it, they can say, oh yeah, this is our brand, we, Unilever, we did it. And then when this brand, let's say, I don't know, Lipton, something happens, it's going very bad, people are complaining about it. It's like they won't mention Unilever. They will say, okay, Lipton is bad, we will probably remove it, we will bring a new brand, so people will forget, but Unilever wasn't touched in this. Like nobody thought that Unilever was doing something wrong. It was just Lipton, but Lipton is Unilever. So it depends on what you want to do, what brand strategy you can use. But something that if you are selling products, you will need to do is you will need to have a packaging. So packaging is usually misused concept because people will think that everything like this, all the shapes and colors and everything we see here are part of the packaging, and they are part of the packaging, but not the packaging itself, and I will explain that on the next slide. But packaging is basically the container, anything that is holding the product that you're selling. So maybe a can, maybe a jar, maybe a cardboard box, maybe a plastic jar, maybe a bottle, anything that contains the product will be the packaging. So all these pictures could be plain here, just the can without any colors or anything, just the jars, just glass and the lid, and that will be the packaging. But then we have another concept that is called label. So labeling is related to what you see, like the colors, the words, the descriptions, the explanation, the nutrition facts, everything that is placed over the packaging to inform people about things. So that is the label, and it's called labeling. Is basically everything you want to say about your product. It will give all the mandatory information, like the nutrition facts if needed. It will provide you with some facts. It will let you know about, I don't know, sizes, characteristics, ingredients, depending on what you are selling. The label is the one that informs you and the packaging is the one that contains what you're selling. So now, just to see if you got this, please think about a product for which labeling, so the part that informs you, and packaging, so the container, are quite important. If you don't have anything on your mind now, please pause the video for a few seconds and try to think about it. Like, what products have labeling and packaging that are super important? So now I'll give you some products. There are many of them that packaging and label are very important. So if we start, we can say the pharmaceutical drugs, all the meds. Labeling is relevant because you need to have a lot of information, like people may make mistakes, people may take these drugs when they are not, they don't meet the conditions to take them. For example, you need to write there that this is for kids or for adults, everything. So the label is super relevant, but the packaging is also relevant because if these are tablets, you will need to have all these metallic little containers, so they will need to have these characteristics that do not allow children to open them, so you will need to have something that will keep them far from humidity or many other characteristics depending on the drug that you are selling. Same thing for baby formula, so packaging and labeling are super important. But for other things that are not related to health concerns, it's also important. For example, luxury perfumes. If we talk about luxury perfumes, the packaging, usually the bottle is very important, like the shape needs to look luxurious for people to pay more for it, and the description and the labeling too, because usually they will show the brand that made them. They will show if it's perfume or more like a cologne or what is it. So many things that are relevant there, and that will make people pay more just because this packaging or labeling are they meet the expectations they have about that luxury perfume. For other things like wines is also important, like the bottles are relevant, how they are made. They need to be made of glass or maybe of a different material depending on what you're trying to do with your product. Labeling is relevant. You need to show if this is a Cabernet, if this is a Merlot, what it is. You need to let them know from where it was made, everything. So packagings and labeling are relevant for most of the products. And please try to think about something more, because I may ask you something similar in the exam. So this is everything we will cover about products, and now we will move to the second P of the marketing mix, that is price. So for price, we will also need a strategy and a plan, because we need strategies and plan for everything. So the second P, the P's in the marketing mix, they don't have an order, but usually we go with this because you cannot have a price if you don't have a product. Like then you can start working when you already have products, changing the order of this, but basically you need a product to have a price. So price refers to exchange value. I explained this before, like I create something that is valuable for you, I sell it to you, and you give me something that is valuable for me. That may be money, that may be other things. So when we are creating our price strategy, what we need to do is first check what will be the price strategy that we are trying to do, what pricing strategy we will choose, because there are several strategies too. Will we have discounts? Will we have allowances? So some people will give rewards to customers, like because they bought 2 or more, because they are buying monthly, because they are subscribed to a monthly program, etc. So everything that we will do with our product in terms of price needs to be written down and presented in this strategy plan. So now we will see some strategies, and they are used for different types of products. So first we will start with new product pricing strategy. So you're creating a new product that didn't exist before. So you have one type of a strategy to introduce this new product to the market, so to the people, for them to know them, that is called skimming. Skimming is like when you talk about the skim of milk, like the top cream of it. So it refers to that. So basically, you, as this is new, and you know because you did your target market segmentation very well, so you know that people will like it, you can price it super high. So you will generate a lot of profit. So you can start selling your new product super high. This usually happens with high tech. Like if you see like the iPhones, they will start in a super high price. After a few months, the price starts decreasing. So we start very high, so we can make a lot of profit. And then when other competitors appear, or when we have new versions or everything, we are reducing these prices. So that's one strategy. Another strategy is when you are new to a market that has many competitors there. So if you start a gym, for example, there are a lot of gyms around. So probably if you start charging a lot more than them, it's very unlikely that people will go to your gym. But to be able to get into this market that is saturated of companies doing the same, you can do something that is called market penetration. So basically, you start pricing it super low as you can, lower than the competition, so you will attract a lot of people. Some people will move from other gyms to your gym because yours is cheaper now. So they will move. After they are inside your gym, you can say, okay, now we are charging 15, now we are charging 20, now we will have this VIP program that you can pay more. So then you can start trying to make money out of other things. Maybe they will notice that you offer different things that the other gyms do not offer, so you can charge for that. But basically, in market penetration, what you do is to charge a very low amount of money so you can kind of take the clients of other people and bring them to your business. Oopsies, I went back. So, another pricing strategy, and we have a lot. Please don't think that you need to memorize this. Just try to make sense that price skimming is for new products. So as there are not other competitors, you can charge more. Market penetration is like you need to penetrate inside this market that is very saturated, and the way you do it is by charging a low price. Then you have other pricing strategies. Like this is how you will decide how much you will charge for your product. So basically there is one called cost-based pricing, and here you will determine how much money you use to produce this product, and then you will set a price, adding a profit, and that will be the cost for your consumers. So this is an example. If you spent $50 to be able to build this outdoor pizza oven, and you say, okay, I want to make $10 out of every pizza oven that I will be selling. So I spent $50 in materials, in people to do it, in everything, paying my employees $50 per each one. So I want to make 10 out of it, so my price is $60. So I will sell it to a retailer like Walmart for them to sell it inside the stores. And I will say, okay, the price I will be selling this to you is $60. This is what I'm charging you. Then Walmart can charge a different price to the customers, but what me as Cuisinart want to make is $60. Okay, so that's one strategy. You take your costs and how much you want to make out of profit, and you set a price. You can use this to sell to a retailer. You can use this strategy also to sell direct to your customers. So another strategy, we will keep using the oven for these examples. Another one is demand-based pricing. So you will set your price considering how much you think that consumers will pay. So basically, when you do all your market segmentation, when you get to know your customers very well, you basically know how much they will pay for your products. So you can say, okay, my customers will pay $120 for this oven without problem. So I will discount because I know that Walmart wants to make a 30% out of my profit, so they will want $40 if they are selling it to $120 to the customers. So I will charge Walmart $80. I will charge $80 and I will tell them, here I'm selling you my oven on $80 and you can sell it to the consumers on $120. So that's, again, you can, if you are selling to retailers, if you are selling on your own without retailers or any people, intermediaries, you can say, okay, I can sell 120 and I will get this completely 120 because I don't have anyone doing the sellings for me. Another strategy, and we have several pricing strategies, so please don't try to remember all the words, just try to make sense. Like, if I am selling to customers, what could I do? If I'm selling to retailers for them to sell my product, what strategies could I use? So another one is target costing. And again, you will figure out how much your consumers are willing to pay, and you will discount the profit you want to make, and based on that subtraction, you will decide how much money you have to produce the product. So here is the opposite way. We say, in the example, we can sell the oven to Walmart, or on our own, we can sell it for $100, and we want to make $60 for a profit. So how much money do we have to make the oven? So this is an easy subtraction, so I'm assuming that you guessed it, and they have $40. So if they want to do that, now the people from operations, from accounting, and from everywhere inside the company will know we have $40 to produce these ovens. So if you need to buy cheaper materials, if you need to find new suppliers, if you need to, I don't know, hire less people to create these ovens, please do it, because we are spending only $40 per oven to produce them. This is because we want to make $60 for a profit and sell it for $100. Okay, so you can also decide it that way. There are other strategies too. There is one that this is very common for luxury brands. It's called prestige pricing. So basically, you will set all your prices very high, because this will give the impression of luxury, high quality. It will make them be also exclusive, because not other people will be able to afford it. So if you want to create that with your brand or with your product, the strategy will be to price them high. So here you can see the price of the Rolex watch, the price of the tote bag from Marc Jacobs. So we know that they didn't spend a lot of money creating these products. Like probably they didn't spend $65K creating that Rolex. But they are making a lot of profit because people want to pay for exclusivity. Same with the purse that we're seeing here. Like, I think last time I checked, the amount of money they spent on producing this purse was $38. So they are making a huge profit here, because people want to be exclusive, because people want to own this brand, because the identity, so the branding they did, allows them to feel that if I get to buy this product, I will be luxurious, I will be sophisticated, I will be able to fit in a different social class, etc. So you can also use all those people's expectations to decide on what price you will use. And if you see here, like the Rolex watch, it's 68,995. So there is a reason why people won't say 69,000 or 70,000. And here is the reason why. Another pricing strategy that is super used, like if you go to a supermarket or anywhere, it's very rare that you will see things that are $10. You will mostly see $9.99, $29.99, $39.99, $39.58, or numbers that are not even, because this creates psychological change in our brains and allow us to think that it's cheaper. So if I say $9.99, my brain gets the 9 and says, okay, $9. But if I say 10, it's immediately $10, so it's a little bit more expensive. Same thing with the Rolex. If I say 68,995, it's like it's in the 60s, so it's 60 something. But if I go a little bit higher, it's 70, and then maybe it's too expensive now. So it creates this sensation that I'm paying cheaper than what it really is. So I may be more willing to buy it. Okay. So that with the strategies. If you have any questions, again, please send me an email. If there is something that you want me to explain again, please send me an email or let me know in class. But please let me know. Don't keep living your life full of doubts or without understanding things. Like, my job is to explain things for you, is to make things clear and to allow you to understand everything. So now we will move to the third P of the marketing mix, that is place. Again, for place, we will need also a strategy and we will need to plan everything. So this is how we will distribute our product or services or anything that we are selling. And this is the portion of the marketing mix that delivers value, because it's basically how we will give this value that we have, that we produce, that is our product, to our customers. How will we deliver it? How we will make it move from our manufacturer company to their hands for them to use it. How we will do that? So we will need to decide many things here, like will we have retail locations, what will be the channels, will we have websites, will we have, I don't know, way to be contacted by phone, maybe we will do phone sales. How we will transport these things, we will transport them, we will need to transport over the sea, we will need to use planes, we will need to use trucks. What will we use? We will use Uber delivery. Like, we will need to decide all those things. If this is a physical distribution, is an online thing that people can download and buy, and I don't need to have anything physical. What will be our supply chain management? So who is producing it, who is selling it, where, etc. Who are the suppliers? Where are the suppliers? So everything we need to plan, and we need to have a strategy for those things too. So for this, we will need to know what are our distribution channels. So basically, how are we going to sell our products? And there are many different ways to do this. The book you are reading has 3 different ones. So the first one is this one here on top, the first arrow. We can sell it directly to consumers. So we produce the product and we sell it to them. We can sell it on our own store. It's like Yankee Candles. They have their production store, they produce it there, and you can go and buy exactly there to them, direct. Another way, distribution channel that we can use is that we can produce our product, we can sell it to a retailer, like a supermarket, and that, or like a supermarket, like Marshall's, like any retailer, and they will sell it to the consumer. Okay, so then we are just dedicated to produce. We are not involved with sales and handling the products, creating like places for people to see or to go to to touch them, to try them, etc. We just produce, send them to the retailer, the retailer do the rest of the job, and they sell it. Okay, so that's the second distribution channel that we have here. And the third one is a little bit longer, is selling through wholesalers. So when we are producing, we will sell to a wholesaler that basically they receive products from many brands, and then they distribute it to the retailers like supermarkets, and then the retailer sell it to the consumer. So how can we decide what distribution channel is the best? It will depend on what we are selling, how much we want to invest on things, like do we really want to deal with the clients coming to our stores? Do we really want to deal with having stores? Do we want to deal with retailers? Because retailers will also take a portion of the money, so they will add to the price that we are receiving. So do we want to do that? Maybe we don't want to, and we want to get the entire money for us. We can do it this way. Here in the third example, if I'm charging $60 for the product to the wholesaler probably will charge 70 or 80 to the retailer, and the retailer will charge $100 to the consumer. So is this what I want to do? Maybe we can decide. So we need to plan all those things and check all these variables to see what is the best option for our product, for our company, for everything we're doing. So distribution channels. What are the channels we use to distribute our products or services or anything? So we have here, we can do physical distribution. So this is how we move our products from producers to customers. And intermediaries, we can have the warehousing, the materials, handlings, we can have the transportation, we will ship our products to somewhere, to other countries, to other cities, etc. Or we don't want to do that. Maybe we will sell only in the place that we are located. So we will need to also decide on all these things, how we will do it, what are the activities that we want to evolve, do we want to have transportation services, do we want to have our own, do we want to rely on others, things to decide. Then we will also need to consider that there are many factors affecting the transportation mode. So the cost is usually the main one, like some ways of transportation are more expensive than others. So what we want, do we want to save money? We don't care maybe how much does it cost. Maybe we will say we will charge the transportation to the user and they can decide how they want it to be shipped. So speed is also another concern here. Some transportation modes are faster than others. So here again, if we know our target customers enough, we should know what they want. Like, are they willing to pay a lot for this to arrive or not? So we can decide. Will they want to have our products soon, or they don't care if they wait for a few days or weeks? So we will need to also check that if we use one way of transportation, we are dependent on this way of transportation. So if we are using trucks, we are depending on trucks. If something happens to trucks and for some reason they decide to stop working, or there are highways that are broken and they cannot go over them, we will need to deal with those things too and communicate to our customers that we are experiencing some problems. So we need to consider that. Accessibility is another thing. So to deliver to some places, you cannot use trucks, but you will need to use ships, trains, or airplanes, or any other thing. So all these things also need to be considered. And now, we were talking before about the supply chain and all these different types of supply chain that we can have. And basically, what this means is that there is a flow that starts when we buy raw materials to start creating our products and ends when the customer has the product on their hands. So it can look like this, like let's say that we are the supplier, we are just producing a product, we are just producing raw materials, then we will send these raw materials to a manufacturer. Let's say we're producing plastic. We are a supplier, we just produce plastic for people. We send the plastic to manufacturer's factory. They will create a toy for kids. Then they will sell this toy for kids to a warehouse. So they will have here a lot of products, and they will distribute to retailers, to dealers outlet, to everyone who has like direct sellings to customers. And then the customer will go here to this store and they will buy it. It may look like this. Maybe we don't have a warehouse. Maybe we will go direct to the retailer or the outlet. Maybe we don't have anything here in between, and from the supplier we are selling directly to the customer. So everything needs to be decided depending on what we are doing and how we are doing it. Here I left a video about supply chains, and supply chain management. So if you want to watch it and know a little bit more about supply chain, if you are considering the operations major in business, please check it. It's very related to what you will be doing. So one thing is that usually people will refer to supply chain management as SCM. So please remember that acronym. It may be good for you to remember if you are into operations. And now we will move to the last P of the marketing mix, that is promotion. This is basically how we communicate the value, so how we communicate to people that we have this thing that is valuable for them. We have a product that is valuable for you. And here there are also several activities, and we will also need to plan how to do that and create our strategy for promotion. So some activities are advertising, promotional channels, public relations, discounting strategy, and personal selling. And we will go over these things in a moment. But something that makes it even more interesting is that inside the promotion, there is also a promotion mix. So like the marketing mix where we have the 4 Ps, we will have a promotion mix that will be a combination of advertising, personal selling, sales promotion, and publicity. So we will choose what things we will want to have in our mix, because promotion is not only advertising outside the store. So I need to have other things to do, like will I have people helping customers to decide what to buy? Well, I will have some publicity on radios, on social media, etc. So there are several things that are involved in promotion. Usually they involve more than one activity only, and that's why it's called a promotion mix. Okay. So for this we can use different promotional tools. So we have advertising is the first one that many people use. You need to pay for it. There's no personal communication here, and is, as it's written here, is designed to create awareness of a product or company. So here you can pay for advertising on social media, for advertising on the radio, on TV. Some people will advertise it for you. You can pay for advertising on some, I don't know, like very well-known celebrities or people like that to advertise the product for you. Anything you can do to promote your product without you directly talking to the customers. So there will be something in between that will be the social media, websites, radio, anything. There is a medium before, in the middle of you and the customer. Another promotional tools. So promotional is not like it's on sale. It's promotional because it's related to the promotion, the 4P that we are talking about. So personal selling is basically the one-on-one communication. So you have someone there at the store that will talk to the customers and will let them know about this product that is great and they would like to try it. Sometimes they will allow them to try it. They will talk about the features, the, guarantees, everything related to your product, and they will try to basically convince people to buy it. Another promotional tool is sales promotion. So here you will give direct incentives for them to buy. So this happens a lot when you go to places and they allow you to try the products there. It's very common with makeup, that you will go to a store and they will try the makeup on you. They will show you what makeup works better for you and everything. So this is sales promotion. And here I wrote that they can involve the in-store demonstration, trade show displays, or you can also sign up for things to get discounts and things like that. Usually they can be cheaper than some types of advertising. So usually this is cheaper than advertisement on TV, but it may be more expensive than advertisement on social media, because here you will need to pay and train someone to do this, to talk to the customer, to apply the makeup, to do whatever they want to do, and to stay there for several hours. And you will need to pay for everything that's there. Maybe if you are inside a makeup store, you will need to pay the makeup store to have a little place to have these people and everything there. So it involves other costs. And that's why all these things need to be decided, and you will need to decide how to do it in a way that works for your company and for what you want to do. Another type of promotional tool, and I'm sorry because we have a lot of everything and this may look a little bit confusing, but please just try to get the big picture here to understand how these work. So another one is publicity. And basically you will try to do anything to get the name of your company or your product or your brand mentioned in print or broadcast, social media or media. So sometimes you will see things like this in the picture. So sometimes the brands are not even related. Usually when you see sports, you will see, a football player talking, and behind them you have a lot of logos from brands that are there. So they are trying to just put their brand in the minds of people. And you will also need to do some public relations. So here you will need to have people that know how to do this, because it's an art. It's something they study and they know how to do, but they know how to manage the information to make your company look acceptable, to make your company look good, to say things always making it look well. Even if something bad happens, the people from public relations know how to say it in a way that it looks like you are trying to fix it, you are doing the best, you care about your customers. Anything that is related to your brand, to your mission and vision, they will try to use it there to convince your customers to keep trusting you and keep buying your products. So another thing that is very, very common now is social media marketing. So you can include this as part of your marketing strategy, as part of your marketing program. So here I have the question, what are some options available to us today? And please think about it. If I want to advertise on social media, what can I use? So here we have a lot of options. I could use Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, anything. And how will I decide which one I need to use? It's because I need to know my target market, and I need to know what's the app or website or anything that my target market likes, that my target market uses. So I will put my advertisement there for them to see it, because this is the people I want to buy my product. Okay? So when we are trying to do all these things to convince our customers to buy our product, we will be doing something that is called customer relationship management. So we will try to create a relationship with our customers, and we need to manage that relationship. And one of the purposes of this thing called customer relationship management, that is also known as CRM, is to retain the customers. So this is one of the main goals of CRM, is to retain customers and to make a marketing strategy that is focused on nurturing and maintaining strong relationships with current customers. So what I want to do here, and what people from customer relationship management areas in companies want to do, is that you bought one product one time, they want you to come again and buy a second one, a third one. They want you to buy the same thing forever if possible. So there are different things they can do to make you buy more products. Maybe the product is super good and you will say, yeah, I will keep buying it. Maybe you have a good discount and I will keep buying it because it's cheap. Maybe they will deliver to your house for free and I will buy it because I like that they deliver and they are not charging me. Maybe they deliver super fast, so I like them because of that. Maybe every time that I have a question, they will answer me immediately. Many, many things that they can do just to try and retain customers. Okay. So usually what people in the CRM areas will say is that satisfaction is an attitude and loyalty is a behavior. So please think about, what do you think this means? So basically what it says is that satisfaction is an attitude. So I bought something, I like it, I felt satisfied. That doesn't mean that I will buy it again. But loyalty, when I'm loyal to a brand, when I've been using something and I say, I don't want to use any other brand, I want to use this all the time, then I become loyal. And when I'm loyal, I'm able to spend more money on this because I like it so much that I can pay more. I like it so much that I will tell other people that this is great and that they should also buy it. So I'm bringing more clients to the company. And also, loyal clients and customers are less costly to do business with because you don't need to promote much to them. You don't need to be calling them all the time or sending messages to them all the time because they already know you exist and they want your product. So you need to satisfy your customers to try to make them loyal to your brand, to your product, to anything you are doing. One example of this is people using iPhones. It's very, very, very rare that one person using an iPhone will move to an Android. So usually people will move from one iPhone to the newest version and to the newest version and to the newest version. So this is very loyal people, and every year the new version is more expensive than the previous one, but people will pay it anyway because I'm so used to this thing now that I cannot go to another brand. So I'll keep doing it. So very loyal with the brand. There are other brands that also do the same. So how can we create loyal customers and how can we retain them, for them not to go to other brands, for them not to buy other products, for them to prefer us all the time? And there are 3 key things that we need to do for this. We need to have excellent service. So if they go to one of our stores, we need to serve them well. If they call because they have a question, because they have a problem, we need to have an excellent service. We always need to let them know that we care about them. We also need to have problem solving. If they have any issues, we need to solve it. If, I don't know, you deliver my product and it was broken when it arrived, okay, I'll solve you. I'll send you another one. Send me this back. You can send it, you bought the wrong size. Okay, send it back for free. I'll send you a new one. We also need to have loyal and competent workers. So first, and we talked about this some classes ago, that we need to train our workers. We need to basically make our employees part of this brand, of this identity that we are creating for for our brand and our products and everything. So they need to be part of this. They need to feel that they are part of this. And to create them, we also discussed this before, to create loyal, competent workers, we need to give them benefits, we need to keep them satisfied too. So some people say that when your employees are satisfied, your customers will be satisfied too. So it's like a change of satisfaction. So 3 things to consider if you want to have loyalty from your customers and to retain them. So many companies will say that they are customer focused. So marketing focuses on satisfying the needs of the customers. So if we are using the marketing concept approach, that is basically this, our main focus is to satisfy our customers, how can we do this? And the answer is like you will need to hear the voice of the customer. You need to listen to them. You need to know what they want. So here you will need to listen to their complaints and pay attention. Like maybe many people are complaining about the same thing, so you need to change it. Maybe to some groups of people, they have some complaints. You will need to listen to suggestions. So people may say, hey, I love this thing, but I would prefer it if it's in a different color. So maybe this is something we can implement, so you can listen to that. You can measure customer satisfaction. This is why many people use surveys after you buy. Customer support, you can use that too. You can use customer data. You can collect a lot of data from them, asking them questions. Every time they use the website, you can track how much time they spend looking at certain products or what products they didn't even look at. Things like that. You can collect a lot of data from any interaction you have with your customers. And you will need to have a complaint management. So basically, you will need to develop a system that your workers will need to know on, okay, if someone is complaining, this is what we do. If someone has a suggestion, this is what we do. If the complaint is about this area, this is what we do. So you have a plan for everything and step by step that they can follow. So this way you can ensure that they will do exactly what you are expecting them to do, and your workers, and that your customers will be satisfied. So is it necessary to have customer relationship management? What do you think? Yes, no, maybe not, maybe yes. So people say, and research and companies, they all show that it is necessary to have customer relationship management to build the relationship with your customers. So if you want loyal customers, you need to have customer relationship management. You need to manage this relationship you are creating with them. So it's also necessary to focus on customer retention. So when you get a customer, you paid for it. Like you pay for advertisement, you paid for, I don't know, publicity, for creating a brand, for creating a logo. So you are investing money on making things for this customer to get to know you. So when you get them, you need to retain them. And it's also because when you have these relationships with your customers, they are loyal, you can retain them, so your sales will grow. So you are selling more now because you have these customers there that they are buying all the time, that they are talking good about your product to other people, so they are bringing more customers and now you have more. So it's usually very necessary to have customer relationships management. And how the customer relationships management works? They use data analysis most of the time to know the customers. So to know what each group of customers, each target market likes, what they don't like, what they want, when they want it, what are the prices that they are willing to pay, etc. The more you can know about your customers, the better. And the more you can know, the better relationship you can build too. So your company needs to learn about your target market. You need to understand them and to be able to focus on their needs and to satisfy them. So here, this is our last slide about CRM. Again, if you have any questions, doubts, something is not clear, I don't get this, I don't know, I thought this was a different thing, I read something and it's different than what you said, please let me know so I can solve your doubts, so we can talk about it. And you can be prepared and you can understand all these things that look like they are a lot, but they are connected. So the more you understand some things, you will start understanding everything and connecting all these different concepts and areas and everything we are talking about. Okay, so with that said, I will move for a few minutes to talk about the project presentations. So on Tuesday, you will have your team presentations for the first submission that is called Defining the Problem. So please remember that presentations are in person on Tuesday, and everyone on your team needs to present. Okay, so everybody needs to be in front of the classroom. I will be sitting for this class, and you will be in the front of the classroom presenting your problem. Every member of the team is expected to know what you're talking about, and everyone needs to present. So you can divide each one part to each person, and you will present. You will have about 5 minutes to present. So please consider that. It's just the problem. You can say 1 minute each. Less than 1 minute is fine, but please let's not go too far with this. It's just one submission, so it's a very short presentation. I don't want to give you like a specific timeline, like I will stop you on 5 minutes, but if you do 3 minutes, if you do 5, it's fine. If you do 6, 7, still fine, but please let's not go farther than that because we have several teams that need to present. So you don't need to create any slides. You can use the document you submitted. If you want to create slides or if you want to add images to the document, that's fine. Please send it to me before the class so I can load it and you can present it and talk over that. If your problem is very specific, I would recommend you to bring some images or pictures that can allow your classmates and me to understand what you're talking about, to make things easier. And there's only one rule here, the real rule, that is that you are not allowed to read from the slides. So you need to know what you're talking about. So you are part of the team presenting a problem, and that team is supposed to be the group of people in the classroom that know the most about that problem. So you need to show us that you know about it. So don't read from the slides. Please read it in advance. Make your own summary inside your head and present that to us. Just talk and don't read, okay? And your goal is to convince me and your classmates that your problem is an important problem, that is relevant and that needs to be solved. Okay, and please, please, please remember to focus on the problem, not the solution. We are just working on the problem now. Okay, so just the problem, not the solution. And that's it, I think, for Tuesday. If you have any questions, again, if something is not clear, I will post this on Canvas too, so for you to read it and to have it clearly there. And please let me know before Tuesday if you have any issues or if something's going on. And now that we explained this, if you have questions, let me know. We will move to a preview of what you need to know for exam 2. So in case that you want to start preparing in advance, please consider this. These are the things that you need to know for exam 2. So what are business plan strategies? The theories of motivation. So if you remember, we reviewed 3 different theories in class. So we will only cover the 3 ones that were covered in class. You will need to know what a marketing mix is. And please remember the video we saw about the different P's and how you need to change your marketing mix depending on your target market. Remember what are the 4 P's and what are the characteristics of them. Then you need to know what market segmentation is and what are the segments that we cover. There are a lot of different segments that can be used, but we will focus on the 4 that we cover. There are demographic, geographic, behavioral, and psychographic. Then we will also cover on the exam types of investors and their characteristics and differences. So remember, angel investors, venture capitalists, you will need to know what those are. Again, what is a target market? Please remember that before the exam. I may ask you about the price and product strategies, like focus on the skimming one and market penetration. Those are 2 very relevant ones. Or how can you decide to price something? So remember that we also cover accounting. So what accountants do and their differences. Remember that we have managerial accountants and financial accountants. What is CRM is also required for the exam. Please, customer relationship management. Remember that is about the relationships. What are some strategies to hire, train, and retain employees? We also cover this when we say that we need to train the employees, we need to go through the applications, we will be selecting the best candidates we can, then we will train them for them to learn to do whatever we want them to do, and then we will try to retain them by providing them benefits, a good place to work, a good environment, etc. You will also need to know what marketing and marketing strategies are. And these are different things, and I post this on a slide where you have the differences between marketing, the marketing concept, and marketing strategies, so please check that. You will need to know what is market research and for what it is used, when we use it, why we conduct market research. Another point is what's included in the income statement and the owner's equity, and what is calculated with them and how. So this may be a little bit tricky because it's from accounting, but please try to make sense of what an income statement is and the owner's equity one. I won't ask you about the balance sheet or the other things, just the income statement and the owner's equity. So what are the management functions? We cover management, so please go over that chapter 2. What is HRM? And if you cannot remember this now, please go over it. It's human resource management. So basically managing all the human resources you have inside the company. Also, you need to know the leadership styles. So we discussed this. We have different types of leadership styles. There are transactional, transformational, autocratic, democratic. So what are the differences between them? Usually you can, if you remember the names, you can remember what they are. And you will need to understand what these concepts mean: liability, equity, assets, costs, and net income. So please go over the chapters if you don't remember, go over your notes, try to check that you understand things. If you are not understanding, if you have questions, please let me know. And I think I mentioned this before, but the exam 2 covers very different things. So we have management, we have accounting, we have marketing. So there are a lot of concepts, and it's a little bit more complex than the first exam. So if you had a very good grade on the first exam, please don't get comfortable, because usually people that get too comfortable thinking, oh, this class is super easy, I got an 80 on the first exam. Many times they fail the second exam because there are a lot more things to cover. So please study with time, go over your notes, let me know if something is not clear, and please let's stay in touch for that. And we will have a little preparation for exam 2 on Tuesday. Okay, so please prepare in advance for the exam. The date of the exam is, checking the syllabus right now. So exam 2 is on April 1st. So we will have our Tuesday class next week. We will have Thursday that we don't have classes because it's the Mining Industry Day. And then next Tuesday, on the 1st of April, we have exam 2. Please prepare, take care, and let me know about anything. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.